welcome to Season 2, Episode 25 of Pro Wrestling's Top 50. I'm your host, Travis McNeil, and today we continue our countdown of the top 50 matches in Impact Wrestling history with match number 26 on our list, which is the match between Austin Aries and Bully Ray from the TNA Sacrifice 2012 event held on May 13th, 2012. This match, at its core, is pretty simple. It's a lot of things that I like in pro wrestling. It's a good face against a good heel. It's a good small wrestler against a good larger wrestler, and it tells a simple and effective story. The feud going into this one was that Bully Ray had been on a tear for about a year. Trash-talking fans, trash-talking wrestlers, and he turned his attention to Austin Aries. So Bully Ray had problems with the X Division in the past. Team 3D had a feud with the Motor City Machine Guns, with Team 3D, trying to enter the X Division and a whole bunch of stuff back late 2007, early 2008, pardon me. So Bully Ray kind of went back to that, basically saying, like, I'm a big guy, the X Division are nothing compared to me. Austin Aries stood up for the X Division. He was the X Division champion at the time, and basically challenged Bully Ray to this match. They did a great feud where Bully picked on him, spit in his face, told him he was nothing, and all of this, leading this big match at Sacrifice. They do such a good job here with their respective roles. Bully is just so good. The crowd hates him. And how he sells everything is just done so well. So they do this big intense stare down at the start of the match and this face off, and Bully's just great, going like, I smell fear on you, and all of this stuff to Aries, but Aries doesn't back down whatsoever. And Bully Ray, in typical Bully fashion, doesn't know how to take someone standing up to him and his bullying tactics not working, right? Because at its core, all a bully is someone that's using their own insecurities, to try to take advantage of somebody else, right? To fill the need, that self-need that they have. So Bully, he seems kind of rattled by Aries, right? Not falling for his crap. The crowd's, giving him great heat, and he's kind of rattled by that too. So he stalls and he bails at the start of the match. And Aries is just really great, just using his speed and his cunning and kind of, hitting and moving. Bully, cuts him off a couple times, uses that power advantage, and it leads to a great spot where Austin Aries just spits in Bully's face, right? And that, again, was part of, the build to this match, was Bully spitting in his face. So it was great. Showed Aries wasn't intimidated in any way. There's a really big spot relatively early on in this match where, Aries is, again, using his quickness. Bully can't catch him. Aries goes to the top rope, and Bully cuts him off with just a big boot. But while Aries is standing on the top rope, and Aries actually flies off the top rope, he does the old, Rob Van Dam, push to the barricade spot where he goes off the top of the barricade. But he does it, going backward, and he hits his back off the rail, and it just has nasty welts all over his back from it. It was a brutal spot. From there, Bully just absolutely destroys him. And Aries is so good, just bumping like a pinball for him off basic moves. So Bully hits a back body drop, and Aries goes so high in the air and arches his back coming down perfectly. And it looked so great. Bully has amazing overhand chops that he would use throughout this heel run, and he just tears Aries' chest apart. Aries' chest is raw, it's bloody, and again they do it so well where Aries doesn't back down, and at one time he puts his hands behind his back, right, and basically says give me another one, and again that rattles Bully, right? Is all of this stuff that he's trying to take advantage of Aries with, it's not getting to Aries, and it's starting to get to Bully. So he proceeds to go to the eyes at that point. Another really big move, Bully Ray, I mentioned this in the AJ Styles match. where, you know, when he fights little guys, he kind of has these spots that he can pull off that make him look great that he can't really do against bigger guys. So this super bombs one. Shockingly, he doesn't do that in this match. I was quite surprised by it. But he hits the flapjack Bubba cutter, and again, it looks great. He tosses Aries up, hits him with the Bubba cutter coming down. It was awesome. When that doesn't work, again, Bully gets frustrated that he's doing all of his best stuff and can't put Aries away. He goes out and he goes for his chain. So they had established the chain as kind of Bully's go-to weapon of choice. Bully had started to engage in a little bit of a feud with Joseph Park, which was the alter ego of Abyss. That's another story for another time if you go through TNA lore. But Bully goes for the chain. Joe Park cuts him off, and that leads to a final Aries run that was just great. He hits the low pay that he does, right? The heat-seeking missile, the dive between the bottom and the middle rope, wipes Bubba out with that, hits him with the missile dropkick in ring, hits the IED, the impact explosion dropkick, which is just, you know, a crazy running dropkick into the corner. And he, you know, in a great show of strength, he hulks Bubba up and hits the brainbuster, which he had been using as his finish at this point in his career. And he only gets 2. And what I really liked about this is that would have been a great finish, but it still would have been somewhat of a tainted finish because of the Joseph Park interference. You know, it kept Bully looking strong. It showed that, you know, as Aries, you know, tries to kind of move out of the X division into the heavyweight division, that, you know, some of his best moves that he can, you know, put away X division guys with these power moves might not work on the bigger guys. Bully manages to make a real quick comeback. He goes for a power bomb. Aries counters the power bomb, ends up getting Bully in the last chancery, which was a submission finish, and Bully Ray taps out clean as a sheet. This match made Aries look incredible, and it was basically a gateway for him, like I said, to move into the heavyweight division. Very shortly after this, Austin Aries would cash in the X Division title, create Option C at Destination X, and challenge Bobby Roode for the World Heavyweight Championship at that pay-per-view. This match kind of felt like testing the waters with Aries to see, one, if he could, you know, work in a babyface role. He'd predominantly been a heel up until that point. And 2, to see if he could have chemistry with the heavyweight division, which he absolutely did. This match, it furthered, you know, Bully Ray's great heel run. It cemented Austin Aries as being a, you know, a main eventer that TNA was looking for. And this led to a really hot couple of month period for TNA in 2012, where they really seemed, you know, kind of, they were still in the Hogan era, but kind of coming out of 2010, petering into a bad 2011. 2012 really started to pick up steam again, and it was a period that I really enjoyed with TNA, and this was the start. I think this match is a great hidden gem. It got some praise at the time. I think it's largely forgotten about. And again, if you're just looking for simple pro wrestling done really, really, really well, then this is the match for you, and I was happy to be able to include it on this list. You can find this match, of course, on Impact Plus. You can subscribe to my channel here on YouTube, follow on Instagram and Twitter at Wrestling50, and please join me again tomorrow as we continue to count down Pro Wrestling's Top 50.